Have you guys ever met someone? Maybe you had an intimate encounter with someone, and after this intimacy, whatever, you felt like you shouldn't have done this. You feel like you were sleeping with a rock. You couldn't feel them emotionally. You're even regretting, why did you do that? Not only that, you are also feeling, or you feel like all your energy is gone. You can hardly get out of bed. Even some of the things you had planned to do for the day, you didn't do those things. And you just don't understand what exactly happened. And on the opposite side, the other side of this person, they woke up with good energy. They was all over the place. Some of them went ahead to do some things, and they even experienced different levels of success in some of their projects. In other words, their life is taken off in a positive direction, while your life is being drained in a negative way. It can also be a normal encounter with a friend, maybe somebody, stranger probably. You had a conversation with them, and you don't understand why you feel bad after this encounter. It seemed like a normal conversation, but at the end of the day, you're feeling like all your energy is gone. In this video, we are going to talk about energy vampires, okay? I'm going to help you understand these kind of encounters with such people that we may actually call energy vampires, because they do exist. Grand Rising, everyone. Hope everyone is okay. Hope you guys are doing fine and everything is going as planned. This is nikymus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking impasse free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. We are going to talk about energy vampires, and I'm going to help you understand how these people operate. Energy vampires, we're talking about people, individuals who actually feed off of other people's energy. They are not capable and they are not able to generate their own energy. So for them to survive, they have got to feed off of somebody else's energy. These energy vampires recognize their victims. They know the kind of person that has got the energy that they need. An energy vampire is a person, an individual. They are most likely very soulless. They do not have a soul. So they depend on other people for survival. Let me give you something easy to look at. In the jungle, you have some animals that they cannot hunt for themselves. Okay? I think we're talking about the hyenas. They cannot hunt for themselves. Sometimes they may try, but rarely do they get success. So what they do, they are going to wait for the lions to hunt. Then when they have got their prey, they will eat whatever needs to be eaten. And these hyenas are going to come and they are going to eat from that prey that has already been hunted by the lions. You might even sometimes see in the jungles, there are some plants that are parasitic in nature. They have to cling on to other plants so that they can rise to the top to get the sunlight. They just keep on using their hooks to climb up on top of the trunks of other plants so that they can be able to get the sunlight. That is their survival mechanisms. It cannot be another way. Which means that if they have nobody to cling on to, nothing to cling on to, it means they're going to collapse. If the hyenas don't have any, any meat out there, any prey out there, they're going to go hungry and they're also going to collapse. Now, when it comes to energy vampires, in our cases, we're talking about these individuals who have a similar habit. So these individuals have an attachment with parasitic spirits. Those are the spirits that attach themselves to an individual, because I've told you, for a person to get that kind of attachment, they are already on a very low vibrational state. So they get this attachment with these parasitic spirits, and now they keep on going up and down to look for their victims so that they can start sucking off of their energy. A lot of this information will not be available to you, but the more you continue to evolve as an individual, you continue to grow, you'll start to understand the existence that there's always been individuals who have these parasitic spirits, and these are energy vampires who have always been leeching off of your energy. In most of the cases, the more you stay around these people, these individuals, it means they are going to hook themselves onto your energy. Day by day, you recognize that you're starting to lose a lot of the things that are meant for you, including your energy. In some case scenarios, you may recognize there is things that are no longer happening for you. You see, if a person keeps on sucking off of your energy, it is just going to be a matter of time before you're going to burn out. And when an individual burns out, these energy vampires will recognize that there's no more energy to feed off. They have already fed off of most of your energy. Now they are going to run very quickly and going to find somebody else out there. In most cases, when we're talking about narcissism, you've heard about people talking about the new source of supply. In other words, what they're really looking for, they're not really looking for that person in physical. They just need that person's energy. So they're going to run off and get a new source of supply, and they're going to continue what they have always been doing, which is leech off of that person's energy. So it's why most of the times you hear many coaches telling you that this thing of narcissism, don't try to, the more you evolve, you stop to take it very personally. As long as you know how to protect yourself, to be able to preserve your own energy, you can protect yourself, you can create these strong boundaries that are going to be in place for you to be able to protect your own energy. Is why many people talk about protect your energy. They don't necessarily tell you to protect yourself. They just tell you to protect your energy. You guys have slept with someone. Okay, you've been with a narcissist for a couple of years. There's times when you've been sleeping with them. And then you realize that you have slept with these people, but for some reason, it feels like you are thinking twice. What have you just done? Why did you sleep with this person? A person can even be sometimes your wife or your husband, but every time you have like this intimacy encounter with these people, you feel like you shouldn't have done it. It is like you feel like part of your soul is gone. It is like they have sucked all the energy out of you. Have you ever woken up one morning and you slept with somebody the previous night, and for some reason you feel like there's nothing going on? You can hardly get out of bed. Even sometimes you've forgotten to do the simplest things in the house, clean around the house, maybe cook the meals, or even sometimes drop the kids off to school. You feel like you cannot do anything for that particular day. That is because you have actually shared your body and your energy with an energy vampire. Now, in most of the cases, chosen ones, you have to be very careful, because when you don't have the information, you will perish. It is the information that is keeping you alive. The more you get this awareness and knowledge, it is what is always going to protect you from this kind of individuals, because this one, I can promise you, those individuals, they are many and they're everywhere and they will not stop. This whole thing of energy is a transaction. Actually, we're not talking about a transaction. These people, they come to take. but there's nothing they're going to give you because they do not have that energy for themselves. If you see how these narcissistic people move and how they operate, you're going to realize that if they do not have a source of supply, if they do not have somebody to supply them with that energy, you're going to see these narcissistic people. You may even sometimes fail to recognize them because you will see all of a sudden they are very low on energy. They spend all their day in bed. They cannot go to work. Some of them will even be sacked from work. You can see them starting to attract different sicknesses. It may be a week or two, maybe three, maybe a month. You're going to hear things like these guys are in hospital, something's going on with their health. That is because in that particular moment in time, they do not have another source of supply. Energy vampires know that it's just going to be a matter of time before they have sucked everything out of you and there's nothing left to offer. So in other words, they are going to feel there's a very big deficiency in their own personal energy. And now they are going to look around them and they are going to speed off to somebody else that has got that energy to supply to those individuals. And usually it is going to be a person that is not even aware of them. So when you see a lot of times these narcissistic people running to somebody else, when the relationship has, broken up, discarded or whatever, you see them running onto somebody else. It is not because that person is better than you. A lot of times you guys get insecure and you think that, this person now, they're with this new supply, somebody new woman, new man, and things are going well. It is nothing to do with that. They have just simply identified a different source that they can get their energy from. It is a person that actually is not aware of who they are. For example, it could have been a person that has probably awakened. You have found out what exactly has been happening over the years and you've decided to detach. So when you detach, in other words, it's a death sentence for a narcissist because if they do not do that urgently, ASAP to get any form of supply, it doesn't have to be somebody better than you. It doesn't have to be somebody who is greater than you. It has nothing to do with the person. It has just simply got to be with these people. It's a matter of life and death because if they do not get another source of supply, it is almost a death sentence for them. They know they cannot survive. They always need somebody else to feed off. Like I've said in this video that energy vampires have got an attachment with parasitic spirits. So most of the times you may be with a narcissist around you and you may see them, not only are they feeding off of your energy, but they're also stealing everything that you have got going on. Whether it is in physical sense, your money, whether it is just simply validation, whether it is anything, they're going to steal. Even sometimes they can go ahead and steal a lot of your ideas. They may start to imitate you. They may start to copy you. They may start to beat down, first of all, what you have going on with yourself. But on the other hand, secretly, they are going to be using your own ideas for their own creations. So when you see a person who is probably, spiritually, they're not a good person. But at the same time, you see these people, they tend to copy and imitate your ideas. In most of the cases, you might be dealing with a person that has got these parasitic spirits. And what they are doing now, they are stealing all the ideas, all the energy, all the things that you have got going on in your own personal life, and they're using these things for their own advantage. When you're talking about an empath can wake up one day and they can feel, okay, they need to go for a long walk. They need to go and work out. Maybe they need to go connect with nature. Maybe they need to go and spend some time in the forest, maybe in the parks. Maybe they need to go for a swim at the lake. Those little things are the things that they need to generate their energy because naturally these people, they can harvest their own energy using the resources they have around them. But they do not do that by attaching themselves to other people for their own survival. So that is the difference between these narcissistic people and the empaths. The empaths can generate this energy. So once you have, it's like a battery, for example, you charge the batteries, okay? When you have just charged the battery, it was probably 10, 20%. It has gone all the way to 95%. Now, this individual you're dealing with is going to come and plug their cables into your energy and they're going to start draining that entire battery. Is why most of the times that a lot of empaths complain about things like getting drained for no apparent reason. You cannot believe, sometimes you just have a simple conversation with somebody. You just sat down with somebody talking about the basic things. But what you didn't know actually is that spiritually, there was an energetic transaction going on whereby these people, there was plugged into your energy. Did you know the reason as to why a narcissist wants, there's something you hear people talking about, a reaction from you. You woke up, let's say it was a nice day. Okay, not all days are bad days. Some day you can wake up, it's a good day, just a normal regular day. And then this individual you're dealing with, probably you're living with in the same house, they came into your presence. Maybe you are sitting down, minding your own business, having a coffee, watching something on TV. Then they came around and started up something. It is something that brought up. Maybe it is something that happened a couple of years ago. They have brought up that thing. It has triggered you in a way that you're going to be forced to react. Now, during your reaction that you give these people, you are now starting to transact. There's a transaction happening energetically. You are pushing out that emotion because you see, normally the reactions that these people get from you is some kind of a negative reaction. Why did you say this? Or why did you bring this up? And now you're starting to go into this loop of arguments and fightings and quarreling and, all these kind of confrontations. And eventually, what is really happening is that you are now pumping all that energy into this particular individual. Did you now see how the narcissist felt after these particular individuals, the moment they have finished draining you? You are there sobbing on the sofa. Why did your husband tell you this? Or why did your wife tell you this? You have been in a very difficult conversation in those couple of minutes. Even sometimes it could even, rarely does it go for hours, but it could sometimes happen. Now you're seeing the opposite is happening. A person that was once energetic and vibrant, all of a sudden you're feeling low. You want to take a rest. Maybe sometimes you're feeling sleepy at work because your boss told you something very bad and you guys had an argument in the office. You don't even want to continue the day. The other person on the other side, they're living your life. They are the opposite of you. They are now feeling very good. They're feeling very happy. You see them moving all over the place. Now all of a sudden they are so happy and energetic. That is because there has been a spiritual transaction happening. Energetically, they have been actually stealing your energy. Every reaction that you give a narcissist is why a narcissist doesn't want a person that cannot give them a reaction. In other words, if you cannot give a narcissist that kind of reaction, it means they're not going to be able to draw your energy from you. If it keeps on going on and on, then they have nothing to do with you. At the end of a narcissistic relationship, you might have noticed there are some people who have noticed that whenever they have these engagements with these people, they're very low on energy. So you might have developed that idea of starving. You guys have heard about something people talk about, they call it starving the narcissist. That means that you're no longer falling for the games and you're no longer giving them that validation and the energy. Is why now all of a sudden they are very angry with you because you can no longer give them or they can no longer get any kind of reaction out of you. It is the reaction that feeds those people. It's an energetic transaction. You are dealing with an energy vampire. So for the lot of empaths out there, it is very important to understand when a person walks into your life, try to analyze and understand what do these people really want from you. Did these people really come in genuinely? Are they looking for a genuine connection, friendship, or relationship? Or are they just people who are coming to take something out of you? In most of the cases when you're dealing with an energy vampire, there is things you need to understand. There is nothing they have got to offer. You are already dealing with a balloon. You're already dealing with an empty vessel. There's nothing inside of them. There's no spirit inside of them. There's nothing they can offer to you. But they have everything to take from you. The reason why they choose you as a source of supply is because they already know on a spiritual level, there's a lot of things they can get from you. Is why you hear many people talking about supply. Basically, when a person is talking about supply, they are simply talking about energy. Whatever it is you're going to be giving to those people is why they call them the takers. They are going to take today, they will take tomorrow, they are going to take everything from you over the next couple of years until there's nothing else left to take from you. That is where now they're going to feel you're of no use to them and they're going to abandon you off. While you're out there suffering and crying, traumatized, they're going to run off very quickly to somebody else. They have now identified a new source of supply and they do not have any more use for you. Be very careful about the people that are walking into your life. Not everybody is walking into your life with the right intentions. The more you continue to evolve and elevate, you will usually start to understand it is in your own interest to continue protecting your energy, because if you do not protect your energy, there's always going to be consequences and you're going to pay for the price. I hope this video has given you enough motivation. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.